what's up, guys? Welcome to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast, where we like to talk to other working men about sports. And if you aren't a man, who cares? Welcome to the show. Gotta say, we've been away for a while, but we're back, and we're gonna talk about something that broke today. Something very interesting. I gotta say, it's we kind of saw it coming, but we didn't. And that is the Lakers' new head coach, JJ Redick. What do you think about that? Think it's a good move?
If I feel like it's a good move on certain things. With him being a player and coming into coaching, that can be a really good move. I heard that he wants Rajon Rondo to be his assistant,
Oh, okay. That's all right.
which I think that's going to help keep both of them if that's the case. But I know JJ Redick, he knows where accountability lies at, and that's one thing that LeBron James said that he wants as in a coach. Oh, hello there, Soak. But wants as a coach and someone that to keep everyone accountable, even himself, even Anthony Davis. Now, like, oh yeah, you guys are the stars. You guys get a break. But Austin Reeves, you don't get a break. It's like, no, we're all a team, we're all a unit. We all, if I mess up, or if LeBron messes up, that he wants to have that accountability from his coach. Like, hey, you need to do this to make that better. Not someone that's gonna be timid and be like, oh crap, that's LeBron James, Scared to tell him what to do. But it's like just keep that accountability. So I think it could be a good thing. Um, the only downfall is I don't know if he really has any coaching experience. I mean, he played, he, did commentating. Otherwise than that,
Keep talking. I'm gonna look that up. I don't know if it's coaching where.
oh yeah, go for it. He's commentating, and I say he played for a long time. He's only like 100 or something days older than LeBron, so that's something.
Mhm.
And
They are
then
close.
they are very close. And I know they're close as friends too. So I'm gonna see how that whole dynamic works as they can get past the whole, hey, we can't be friends. We have to keep this as
You gotta keep it professional.
professional all the way across the board. And so I think it's gonna be fun to see. It can actually work out. I feel like. Um,
He did
yeah,
not coach. He didn't coach anywhere, like no, like high school or little
yeah,
league.
that's what I'm saying. So he has no coaching ability, but I'm pretty sure with him and LeBron being best friends and stuff. I don't want to say best friends, but good friends. They broke down tape before this whole thing even happened. You know.
Well, I don't know if you've seen their podcast. They have really good chemistry on there. I think that this could be a good move, but at the same time, I'm not sure because players don't always make good coaches.
No, and that's what
So
I thought they should went and interviewed, which I don't know if they did. They probably didn't. But Monty Williams, I know he just had a horrible year with the Detroit Pistons, but before that, he was a great coach. Can't remember where did he come from? Was it Phoenix?
I can look that up too. So
Um, I thought that would he could have been a perfect fit almost over there, or not perfect, but a high candidate for them. That's one thing I feel like just in the NBA. I feel like if you're a coach, if you don't get it done within the first year, you're gone. And
yes and no, but he did not have a good year. Like he
oh,
had
I know
actually
that,
really
but
bad year.
but I'm saying like overall, like look at how many coaches have been fired so far this year. Like right off the bat, it's like, oh, you didn't have a good year. Boom. I mean, even you look at Ham from Devin Ham from LA. He was there for 2 years. He made the playoffs twice. The dude was fired.
Yeah, and they say the rumor behind that is LeBron James voicing how
Because
his
he wasn't being held accountable. He wants
but I
everyone
mean,
on the
but you
team.
go to the championship game 2 times back to back, and then you're gone. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I
So
mean,
I
teams should be
mean,
happy to get theirs.
I think he's gonna have a bright future though somewhere else. Devin Ham, whether that's I can see him going to Detroit, but Detroit's a dumpster fire there. But anyways, I feel like JJ Redick is gonna have a pretty good career. Hopefully, coaching. Hopefully he can pull out a Jason Kidd type deal, because Jason Kidd became a phenomenal coach. Wherever he goes, whether that when he started off with in Milwaukee, and then I think where else did he go? Did he go to the Nets? I want to say Jason Kidd, and
Jason
then
Kidd, yeah,
he went to the Mavs and brought them to the NBA
he
championship
could be
there.
a little bit different though, because I feel like that dude really transitioned to good. Like his, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean Jason Kidd's a monster. He was a monster playing. He was a coach of a monster.
And his
And
basketball IQ was on a different level.
yeah, all the way around.
I'm
And
not saying
so,
JJ Redick isn't,
but
but
it could be one of those type of things where JJ Redick is a better coach than he was a player.
that you just took the words out of my mouth. That's what I was going to say because JJ Redick was a good player.
Yep,
Yeah, like he wasn't like a superstar.
no, he's the type of guy. If you have him in the game, he could hit a big shot for you in the game if you needed him to. But otherwise, he's gonna sit there, post up in the three or hit a mid range or anything like that. He's not gonna take over the game, but he for sure can get you 12 points and stuff like that. So like getting a guy who knows how the game works and everything like that, I feel like that's definitely one of the main things, which they have that within him. So that being said, I
And that
think
could be his strong suit.
yeah,
He could fit more into coaching because he had actually a really decent career,
he did.
like a solid career, not a Hall of Fame career, but a solid career.
Where did he first start off at?
He
Do you
started
remember?
off with the Magic
Yep. And when they had
in
Rashard
oh
Lewis,
06, oh
Dwight
07.
Howard, Jameer Nelson,
You know how many points he averaged his career?
I'm guessing probably like 12.
12.8.
Ayo. I was like right on the head. Because he didn't really take off in Orlando.
You know
He
his
didn't re-
overall. Oh no, he was there and he was there for a minute. He was shooting. He was shooting. He was doing his thing.
I know, but him talking, I feel like his career actually didn't take off until he got to the Clippers.
Yes, I mean looking by a standpoint of points, yes. But he was more like the role player and learning the game. Like again, as he had a good solid career and longer than majority of the average guys that go into the league.
What he
I
played
think
10 years?
he played. Hold on one second here.
I think he played 10 years.
It could be 10 years, which is actually really solid, but let me just double check. He played. That can't be right. 15 years?
It could because LeBron's on year 20.
Hold on.
But no, I feel like it's gonna be a good fit. I think what the Lakers need to do though, they need to find themselves a
17 years.
17 years. Nice. I think they need to get rid of D'Angelo Russell. That's
Yeah.
number one.
And I think that will all come together because, he does know guard play and he knows where they're struggling at and he can get some good guard play and, make it happen.
But D'Angelo Russell, when it comes to regular season, he's good. He can be a third option. Comes to the playoffs, he drops down to the sixth man.
He just falls off. So I think getting a coach in there that knows the guard play very well.
Oh yeah, and that's gonna go a long way. It's like I would not be surprised if you see them make moves and try to get a guard in the draft that can play. I'm not talking about Bronny, because I don't see them getting Bronny. Um, they have to sign LeBron back first, which I think with this signing of JJ Redick, LeBron James is coming back to LA for
You think
sure.
you think he
Yes.
is? You see the Timberwolves are looking at that too.
Are looking at Bronny?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not a package deal. What's the name? Rich Paul, who's their agent for both of them, came out and said LeBron James and Bronny are not a package deal. So everything you're gonna sign or draft Bronny, you're gonna get LeBron. That's not the case, or vice versa. So,
I do think it's
eh,
interesting that they went from Dan Hurley to JJ Redick. Dan Hurley, a proven coach who is going for, I think, a three-peat this
yep,
year
they've been assist three-peat. And you see how much
and
money they offered him?
a lot of money. And
Let's see what
they
I
went from
can-
Dan Hurley to a guy that does no coaching experience, but a guy that does know the game very well.
And
So
that's one
I
thing.
think that's really cool. That I mean, it's cool, but it's weird at the same time because that's a huge drop off. Like I'm not saying that JJ Redick isn't a coach. I'm just saying he's not proven as a coach. So going to someone that's proven, and I don't think that Dan Hurley, even if he took that contract, was going to be the answer in
No,
for the
Eh,
Lakers. Now, I'm not saying that it wouldn't have worked out, but in my opinion, I think that they may not have been the answer.
no, I think, and there's a definitely a difference between college basketball and NBA. It's definitely a huge bit different. Yeah, they offered him 70 mil for 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, if I was him, I think he made
He
the
made
right
a
decision.
great decision for himself because within a year, if that didn't pan out, he would be gone.
Yeah, I would have stayed there. I mean, he's a hero there, and he's going for a three-peat. And that I don't know if that's history for them. I know they had a really good team in the past, um, but a three-peat that's really unheard of.
It
And
is.
he's loved there. He's comfortable. I mean, money really isn't. I don't think is a struggle for that man. So I think it was a good thing. And like again with JJ Redick, if you listen to him talk, he really does
You
sound like he
know,
knows the X's and O's of the game. So I think that maybe it could be a right decision. Who knows? But you don't want to turn into a Jeff Saturday situation where they put him in as head coach with the Colts, who had no coaching experience, but he
but
was a
that's
player.
different. That's different. I mean, right now I'm gonna give you a little track record of coaches. I feel like were success as
Yeah,
players too.
do it. Hit me up.
Which I'm really shocked that he still hasn't been picked up as a head coach, and that's Mark Jackson.
Okay.
He had a, I think he was a tremendous head coach putting the Warriors together. Then Steve Kerr took over for him.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd, JJ Redick now, Doc Rivers. Um, how was I mean, I know Larry Bird was a coach, but I can't quite tell you what his
I don't know if it was
resume
a
was.
successful run.
No.
I don't think it was a successful run. I was listening to a podcast with Bird and or they were with Reggie Miller,
Mm-hmm.
and they were in I think it was Mark Jackson on there too. They were talking about Larry Bird in Indiana, and they said they grew up looking up to him,
Yeah.
and how they wanted to model their game after him, and like he was Larry Legend, like he was the guy, and as he's coaching them, and they're about to go out 20 seconds before the game starts, and they're like, "Well, where's Larry at? Where's Larry at?" And they go to the back. He said, "Oh, he's in his back office." And they go to the back office. He's not there. And they said there was a guy who used to work with him. He may have passed away. He's like, "Oh, check the showers." He's like, they go back to the showers, and here's Larry Bird laid back in a chair smoking a Newport 20 minutes before the game, or 20 seconds before the game's about to start. And they're in shock. They're laughing. They go, "Hey, coach." He goes, "Hey, y'all, what y'all need?" And
What
they're
y'all
like,
need?
"What y'all need?" And they're like,
'Cause, I mean,
"Nothing, nothing." That's what they said,
and
nothing. And they ran out of there and they said, like, to them, you know, competing against him and watching him play, he's Larry Legend. They left and they said, he was smoking a Newport. He's laid back in the chair, smoking a Newport in the showers. They said that was the worst starting first half ever. Reggie was like, I couldn't even hit a shot. And
I
he goes,
mean,
it was just a funny story that made me think of that.
oh,
'Cause
that's a hilarious story.
he's like,
I
what
mean,
y'all need?
well, it didn't translate over,
They said
which
deep inhales.
which
What y'all need?
I mean, like Larry Bird, it probably just felt like a regular game. He probably didn't see any
I mean,
pressure,
yeah.
anything like that. It's like, oh, okay, cool. It's a regular game for us, Go out there and do what we gotta do. But I'm sorry, let me go back to that list though. So this
Yeah, go
is
for it.
no experience required. Like they didn't coach at all.
Just jumped right in.
Larry Bird, Doc Rivers, Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, now JJ Redick. And so I would say three can't throw JJ Redick out of it. 3 out of the 4 that I named actually had successful careers.
Hey, Larry Bird coaching was 147 and 67.
147 and 67.
Yeah,
Okay, so I take that back.
it's not bad.
No,
Yeah, 4 out of 4.
I would take that record. So it's one of the type of things is it's proven that players can coach. And I think that's what's needed. And you also see in today's NBA, coaches are somewhat getting younger and younger. I mean,
That is
hell,
true. Even that's sports across the board.
look at the Boston Celtics. I think their coach is probably like mid-30s.
I'm not
Um,
sure. I don't know his age, but he's one of the youngest though to win a
he
championship,
is.
right?
He
So
is. And it's like, oh crap. Like and the older coaches, the veteran coaches are becoming assistant coaches now. So it's like it's kind of just rotating, like you
that's
being
cool
that
though. That's really
that is
cool.
cool. It is cool. It's like you don't really say it 'cause usually it's like, if you're a young coach, You don't get a head coaching job until you're like 50 or 60 years old.
Yeah, and they kind of got to work their way up. But now these guys, you might be honest with that they do better, I guess, in basketball. It is a smaller game versus like my comparison to Jeff Saturday because the NFL's multiple working parts in there,
Yeah.
and it's just a different game. So maybe the younger coaches will work out more, or I mean, and the younger inexperienced coaches will work out more in the
But yeah,
NBA.
but you're not just grabbing anyone though. Like you're grabbing players, you're grabbing someone who's been around the game. Like,
Yeah, but somebody that has to actually know stuff though.
yep,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
like
I'm not gonna go grab Ben Wallace and tell him he's gonna coach
oh
the
God,
Pistons.
that'd be horrible. I mean,
Like
I
he
don't know, this can be horrible, but it just not that doesn't sound good.
no, but you know what I mean? Like he was good defensively and like he was a hustle player, but I don't think he's a basketball coach.
No,
Like you have to have the personality too. And like again, while listening to JJ Redick's podcast, how they break things down, and that him and LeBron James chemistry, if they can keep it professional on the court and like don't get personal about it, they might be able to make some magic, but they do got to change up that roster a bit though, because that's not the answer.
no. Okay, if you're going in as JJ Redick, what roster changes are you making?
We got to get better guard play. When I say we, I'm not even a Lakers fan. The Lakers got to get better guard play because, and they gotta get another better big man. They got one, but he's injury prone. They got to get another big man, and they got to get better guard play. Um, because you seen what happened with the Nuggets. If their guard play actually stepped up, they win that series.
Oh, against the Timberwolves?
No, the Lakers beat the Nuggets,
Oh yeah. They would. If they
but
could get
they just couldn't hit anything. Then if you look at the
it was
guard,
offense
you
and
look at the
defensively.
the big men for the Lakers,
They only had one.
only one to throw at Jokic, and Jokic is going to win the one-on-one. I mean, that's what he does. So you got to get another big man in there, and you got to change up the guard play. People that actually can hit the shots and be there when it counts and be there when it matters, not a regular season game. And I think he can do that because he has an eye for that. He knows what he wants as a guard. He knows what guards can do. He knows what he was limited at, and he knows what people can go above him. So that could definitely work out. But you don't want it to backfire either because that would be bad,
I think
especially in
he
the current state right now in LA.
I think he's gonna actually help develop Austin Reeves. That's gonna help him out tremendously. I think he's gonna benefit probably one of the most out of it. Because he already can play defense. That's on the offensive side, which JJ Redick on the offensive side was actually really good. Um, Not scoring but getting open and finding open guys, stuff like that. I think they need, like you said, get another big. I would not mind seeing them drafting oh boy from Purdue.
Oh, Yeti, Easy.
Yeti. Yeah, Zach Edey.
Yeah, yeah.
I would not mind seeing him going there. Um, they need better guard play. Like, God, they just what was
Yeah,
that
their,
one?
their guards are their guards aren't good in the playoffs. Let's just be for real. Like, it's just not good. If they get better guards, they get a big man. Well, we could definitely see a chance. I'm not saying like get superstar team. I'm saying just
No,
get some better guards. Just
you
get some
know,
better guards.
you know who would be a good fit for a big man there?
Oh,
What's his name? DJ Burns.
if he can, if he makes it, I don't know what's exactly going
I
on with
think
that
he could.
situation.
Cause I think he could. I think he'd be a really good hustle player. Because dude has a hustle. He was just at that point in time of his career, he was out of shape, and he got himself in shape. And I don't know if you've seen him lately. Dude's in shape. He's been busting his ass off. Shout
Yeah,
out
he
to
is.
him. And so I think he could actually be that hustle player. Like he could sit there and
Somebody
who
could throw a
knows.
body at someone. I don't know if he would have enough
E-
to go with against a Jokic because he
e-
lost that weight.
Either that
But
or like a Glenn Davis type deal.
yeah, somebody that's put a body on somebody, make
Like
it that don't make it all go on Anthony Davis.
no, because you make it go all on him. And it's like, okay, you need him to drop,
Well,
25 points, and on top of it, get 15 rebounds and get 6, 7 blocks. He's not going to do that for you. He's going to get you 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks.
and that's
And
how
then you're going
injuries
to lose
happen.
by 13. And then that is how injury happens.
Is wear and tear. Like the body can't keep doing that as one guy. You got to be able to switch out, rotate, and
There's
whatnot.
only one man that I know that can do it. He's
Who?
been doing it for about 20 years.
Well, you're gonna say LeBron James,
Yep.
but it's the wear and tear and the rotating. But you see, LeBron James can be rotated in and out of the game like that. But Anthony Davis is really that big guy.
Yeah.
You can't really afford to rotate in and out.
No, because they didn't have anyone else. It was literally
Exactly.
just like, okay, we take Anthony Davis off the floor. Okay, that means LeBron's playing center.
Yeah. And that's that you can't do that. You can't win
Our
like that.
our
We've
Max
seen that.
Christie will come in and play center for like 5 minutes for the game and be like, oh, okay, cool, we got this young guy in here. And he's just getting demolished because he has no weight on him by guys like Jokic. And it's like, okay, rotate him back out. All right, Anthony Davis, you're back out there. So
Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. We'll see in about like 4 or 5 months uh, to see how that plays out in LA and when the NBA season starts. But I have nothing else really to say about this except it's an interesting move. It got people talking, and we'll see what happens in LA. You got anything else you want to say?
let's go, LA.
I thought you
Woo!
would say that. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for listening to the Working Man Sports Talk podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We want to hear from you, and you will hear from us soon.
Peace.